here. It's finally here. Let's go. I definitely didn't cross out the address before I started filming. Alright, what's going on, guys? This is going to be an unboxing and customizing video of the Durgod Venus 60% keyboard. Now I wanted to upgrade to a 60% just because I much prefer the 60% layout. I don't really use arrow keys or whatever keys these are, and I've always loved the look of the 60%. And a lot of my friends and people in the comments recommended a lot of really good keyboards like the GK61 and the Royal Clutch, but I had my heart set on getting the Durgod Venus. Now there are a few reasons why I picked up this kind of unheard of keyboard, the main being the build. This keyboard has a completely aluminum case, which I was looking for in a 60%. Most of the 60% keyboards out there, like the AM Pro 2 and the GK61, all have plastic cases, which isn't necessarily bad. I just think aluminum cases offer a much more quality feeling keyboard than plastic does. Another main reason why I chose this keyboard are because of the switch options they have. This keyboard comes in basically every mainstream switch that's on the market. Reds, blues, browns from Gateron and Cherry. But the switch I was particularly looking for were Gateron yellows. I just think they're overall the most balanced switch you can get. They don't feel too heavy or too light. They are buttery smooth. This is unlubed, by the way. I never lubed these, and they are still really smooth. I can only imagine how much more smooth they are when you lube them. And I just love the way the spring feels. If you like linear switches and you don't know what switch to get, Gateron yellows are just the most balanced switch overall, in my opinion. And they sound really good too. Now, although this keyboard isn't hot swappable, which is a feature I would have wanted to see, it does have Gateron yellows, which is the switch I want in a keyboard. So that's one of the main reasons why I picked up the Durgod Venus. So for $110, I think this keyboard checks off a lot of the boxes that other keyboards like the Ducky 1-2 Mini and the AM Pro 2 don't. Features like the aluminum case, which I believe the Ducky has, but I prefer the design of the Durgod Venus. But enough talking about it, let's get to unboxing this. Alright. There's just one piece of tape you have to cut. And bring these in. Alright, so after opening the box, we are greeted with... This looks like... Oh, I saw this. It apparently comes with... I don't know if it's a coaster or a sample of their mouse pads. I believe it's both. It's just a really, I like it. It's a really cool inclusion. That's cool. Thanks, Durgod. Quick start guide. Hopefully we don't need. And then the keyboard itself. Let's get this out. All right. Ooh, shee! Alright, so we have the keyboard itself. I'm going to leave there for now. The rest of the box includes, I do not know what that is. Oh my. Alright, here we have, don't know what this is. It looks like a cable management Velcro. And is this a sticker? Sticker, let's go. Thanks, Durgod. I will be using that somewhere. Oh, a wired keycap puller. I was gonna buy one separately. Now I don't. Never had one like these. I've always had these little ones that I always feel like I'm scratching up the keycaps with. But this is nice. I will be using that today. Alright, and then we have, looks like 2 cables. This one is USB-C to USB-C. And then this one is USB-A to USB-C, which I will be using this one because my PC doesn't have a USB-C connection. I don't think it does. So they have included 2 cables. That's really nice. So if I ever want to use this on my MacBook, I can just put one end in there and one end into the keyboard and use it like that. Very nice inclusion. And that's all that's in the box. I will put that aside. And now for the keyboard itself. It comes with a dust cover, which is always nice. And ooh, that feels cool to the touch. I already love the aluminum case. Really nice. That looks clean. So over here we have the USB-C connection, which, wow, it's pretty in there. On the bottom, it looks like a metal like plate. I don't know if you guys can read that. It says Durgod Venus, and then you have a serial number. It looks really nice. That looks clean. This looks clean. Over here we have light indicators for, I believe, like caps lock and stuff like that. It feels so good. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be, surprisingly. I thought it would be way heavier, but I don't know. I guess it's not, which I guess is a good thing. Here's what it looks like compared to my 87 key. So yeah, the 60%, just what I wanted. It's exactly those keys. None of these useless ones that I'll never use. I might miss the function keys, but this keyboard does have little shortcuts that you can use. Over here, it's printed on the side. Oh, you can see the Gateron yellows there peeping out. Let me try out this wired keycap puller. So you put it down like that. Oh, okay, you put it down like cross, and then you just pull. It comes right up. Oh, and it stays in. It doesn't go flying everywhere. Alright, Gateron yellows. These Gateron yellows are different than the ones I have. The ones I have a like black bottom case, whereas these have a cream colored one. I don't know if that makes any difference in sound or functionality, but just tapping on them, they seem pretty similar. Now this keyboard, I'm not going to take it apart now, but it has a foam dampener to kind of get rid of any pinging noise, which is really nice. That's a feature that I wasn't particularly looking for, but it's a great add-on. Alright, I'm gonna open up this cable and plug it in. It is not braided, which it's not that big of a deal for me. One thing that I do like about this keyboard, this is my first keyboard where I've had a detachable USB cable. My Techwear, it's not detachable. So if anything happened to this cable, which is it is a nice cable, I can't put any custom cables or replace it if necessary. But now having a detachable USB-C cable, I can buy custom cables. All right, that goes in there. And then moment of truth. Ooh, the RGB immediately turns on. And it's automatically set to one of my favorite effects, this kind of wheel motion. RGB looks really nice, surprisingly bright. Usually I feel like on these 60% the RGB isn't that bright, but this is pretty bright. For anyone wondering, this is what the caps lock indicator looks like. This keyboard has some of a forehead on the top here, which isn't a downside for me. I think it's fine. I think it makes the keyboard look more unique than the others. Alright, so I had to get the instructions out to figure out how to control the lights. Alright, by pressing function 2 and W or A, I can control the brightness level of the RGB, and it indicates where the brightness level is using the caps lock indicator LEDs. For now, I'll keep it at the max. So it does seem to have a lot of the RGB features that my Techwear had. Here's like an all white, but it looks purple on camera for some reason. This is kind of the generic one that you see on a lot of keyboards. The rainbow, it's kind of going through. So there's a lot of customization options you can do. There's also software you can download where you can configure it however you want. But for me, I'm going to be turning off the RGB just because we are going to be putting our own keycap set on this. I think RGB only looks nice on all black keycap sets or solid color keycap sets. But when you have a keycap set that has like different colors and like accent keycaps, that's what you want to be seeing, not lighting. I feel like the RGB kind of clashes with that and it just doesn't look right. So I'm going to be leaving the RGB off. Alright, now this isn't just going to be an unboxing video. I'm also going to be adding a custom keycap set to this keyboard. And yes, it is going to be the same set from my TechWare Phantom. So I've removed all the keys I need from the TechWare Phantom. This is a Dolch keycap set I bought off of Amazon. I will leave a link in the description. It's a very nice gray and black colorway. The keycaps are very thick. They are double shot, so the legend will never wear off. And I just think they also add a very nice like thumping, clicking sound when typing. The stock keycaps that come with the Durgod Venus, they're okay. They're shine through, they're double shot, but they just seem more cheaper. And they're also very thin. If you look at this comparison here, I'm comparing my Dolch set to the stock keycaps. They are much thinner than standard keycap sets. I think they did this on purpose to have a kind of floating key design where the keycaps kind of float above the switch. So kind of exposing the switch. It's an interesting design. I personally don't like it. I also think it affects the sound because the keycaps are kind of thin. The sound they make is kind of more, I don't know, like light. I don't know, not my type. I'm going to be switching them out with my own set. And after I put this keycap set in, I also have 2 accent keys I'm going to put in. One of them being this red escape key. This red accent key set comes with 9. I don't have all of them here, but it comes with 9 keycaps, which include the WASD, the arrow keys, and the escape key. But I bought it specifically for the escape key. I'll also link this set in the description below. So that's one of the accent keys I'm going to be adding. And the second one I'm going to be leaving as a surprise at the end. A lot of you may love it, and a lot of you may hate it and say it ruined it, but I think it looks nice, and you guys might appreciate it. Alright, now I'm going to remove the stock keycaps from the Venus and put in my Dolch set. Alright, so I've removed all the stock keycaps. Now we can see the whole keyboard in its aluminum glory. I like the color of the plate. Looks really nice. Kind of a gunmetal silver. And the whole thing is just so well made. This thing isn't bending. You can kill someone with this. Like, this thing can be a weapon. It's so well made. The key switches aren't wobbling a lot. They feel pretty sturdy. And if you look close enough at the stabilizers, I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but I think they're lubed. There's some sort of like grease. I'm not sure. If the stabilizers were lubed, that would be cool. I think they might be. I'm seeing some kind of shiny grease looking, I don't know. The switches aren't lubed. I don't believe they are. I don't know if I'll lube them. I hear it's really worth it. I know it's very worth it. Maybe that might be a future project. Let me know if you'd want to see that. Or if anyone out there has lubed Gateron yellows, let me know if the work is worth it. Alright, but we got out the stock keycaps. Now I'm going to put in my Dolch set. Alright, I have the keycaps in. They look super clean. The red, gray, and black, they just look really good on this 60%. But the spacebar is missing. Well, that is my second accent key. Alright, so I was on Instagram and I follow Matrix Keyboards. They have a really good selection of keyboards and they also make keycap sets. And among the keycap sets, they have many space bars that they sell. And I was on Instagram when they posted a keycap set with a space bar that caught my eye. And I had to buy it. Like, this thing was made for me. It was made for this channel. I had to buy it, and here it is. There you go. That is their Vaporwave spacebar from Matrix Keyboards. I know a lot of you are like, no, don't put that. The colors don't match or anything. Nah. I had to get this. Come on. It was made for us. The whole aesthetic of my channel is kind of Vaporwave, Retrowave, and I just thought it fit. Just to kind of make it unique and kind of make it mine. I know a lot of you guys are gonna think the colors clash, and yeah, they probably do, but I don't think it's that bad, is it? That looks really nice. That is super clean. I'm so glad they made this. Thank you, Matrix, for making this. I will link it below if any of you want it. It just matches the aesthetic of my channel and I thought it would be appropriate to include it in the keyboard today. Alright, so without ado, let's put it in. It's very well made, super thick. Like, it's pretty well made. The print looks really good. I don't think it's gonna scrape or anything or wear off anytime soon. Really nice feeling spacebar. Alright, let's put it in. So the Vaporwave spacebar is in. Do the colors clash? Maybe. I still think it looks really nice. It's just very unique, and I love that. It's very, I don't know, I just love that I've kind of put my style into it. And it just looks so good on a 60% layout.